Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my faux lock installation, which is my second installation that I've done since doing my natural hair journey. So I pretty much do my own hair now that I've, been looking through YouTube a lot, just because they make it seem so easy. But at the same time, like I've learned that it is definitely difficult, and the things that they do, it at least takes me a couple tries to perfect it, or either just give up and find my own method of doing this. Definitely happened this time with my installation, but I'll talk about that a little more later when I get into the method. Uh, First off, the old method that I tried with my first installation was the taking some braiding hair and cynically twisting all my hair and then going back and wrapping it, which took me about 18 hours to do. So it was definitely strenuous. It was like 3 days of work. Um, and I loved the results, but I hated doing it. So I definitely wanted to find something that was faster and gave me pretty much the same results, which I did, which is awesome. This installation took about 8 to 10 hours roughly. I don't think that's counting the first four that I did because I was trying to do it the way that the um, videos were showing, but I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get the hang of it. And so I had to give up and pretty much do it halfway the way that I was doing it last time. Just with my wrapping technique, because I wrap pretty tight, I guess you could say. Like I'll wrap it, then I'll kind of pull it and keep going, and then every 5 wraps, I'll push it up. So that's how I do it, which didn't turn out too bad for me. But if you definitely can find a way that you like better and makes it more natural looking, then go ahead, because one of these videos definitely, hers is like super super realistic, and I was like, wow, but I couldn't achieve it. So good luck to you. I hope the hair gods are with you if you decide to try to mimic these videos. But the hair that I used was the equal Cuban twist double strand style hair. I used the 16 inches. Um, for some reason, I felt like 16 inches would make it easier because I did want them longer. But in all reality, you could probably still use the 12, because what happened to me is I was getting to the point where I was getting to the length that I wanted, and I was cutting like half the strands off. So I probably accumulated a whole pack of just half a strands from my method. I did open 10 packs of hair to try to do this, but in reality, it probably took maybe 8.5 or 9, because I was using the extra strands that I cut off to wrap some more. So yeah, but this is my first time using the Cuban twist hair. I've heard so many good things about it from other YouTubers, and it was on sale, and I was like, yes. I got it from Sam's Beauty. They were doing their spring sale, and instead of $9.99 a pack, it was $4.99, and I could not pass it up. So I was like, heck yeah, sign me up. Got them. I like their hair better because I just feel like it's thicker, number one, and number two, it just seems more realistic to me, because it's kinkier than the Marley hair that I used the last time, which was just some random Marley hair from the hair store. But I will definitely stop going to the hair store and start ordering from Sam's Beauty more, because they just have really awesome deals like all the time. And I'm cheap and I like to do everything the cheapest that I can. Um, but yeah, so the week leading up to my installation, I did pretty much every pre-treatment I could do. I did a apple cider vinegar rinse plus the Afrogee's protein treatment one day. Then I think it was like Monday. Then on Friday, I did a hot oil treatment. Then I did a deep condition that same night. Then I took and did the lock method for my hair. And then I just blow dried it out because I just felt like having my hair blow dried was going to be a lot easier to braid than my natural curly hair, because I tried to do it when it was still damp and it just seemed like it was so small and it scared me. So I decided to blow dry my hair instead. But the method that I use this time requires you to braid your entire hair. When you're doing your braid, you're going to start it off with a two-strand twist and twice, and then start braiding from there. So that two-strand twist is going to help you be able to insert the Marley hair into that and pretty much do like a kind of crochet method and wrap from that way, which it definitely made it a lot easier to be able to do the style, and it was definitely quicker and faster. But here is a video that I did to show you what the first step looks like after you're done and my initial thoughts of it. Okay, so part one is done. I left some room on my ends just because I'm afraid that since these braids are so tiny, I'm going to have a really hard time taking them out. So that's why I left some wiggle room so I know where to start with that. But this took me about 2.5 hours, which is good for me because I really suck at doing this stuff. So I'm excited because I feel like that means that my faux locks are going to take a lot less time than the old method. So I found this method from Yasmine Reigns and EyeEatFashion. Those were the two YouTubers that definitely helped me create this faux lock installation this time. And I'm definitely grateful that they found this method because it saves a lot of time and definitely makes me not as frustrated with my hair. So shout outs to them. You can definitely watch their video. It'll be in my description. That way you can view their tutorial and be able to create your own faux locks. This time I think I went a little overboard and did too many braids because it's just, I feel like it's a lot thicker than my first installation, but it's still not heavy wearing down. Um, Having it up in a bun, it is a little bit heavy, but you'll get used to it. And I decided to do the burn method instead of the wrapping up method because I couldn't get it to do. I tried it a couple times and it just looked horrible, and I would rather have my hair sticking to each other a little bit, which doesn't bother me as much as being able to see where the ends are sticking out because I suck at wrapping up and down apparently. So what I did was when I got to the length that I wanted, I took the two strands and I tied them together about 3 to 4 times, and then I just burned the end and rolled it. So that's how I did that. which if you can achieve the wrapping method, good for you. That's just out of my league. So, some pros about this hairstyle, like I said, it's a lot faster. I feel like it's a lot easier for beginners to be able to do because I'm still a beginner. I've only done my hair maybe like 4 to 5 times. So it's definitely a lot easier to be able to do it this way. Plus, I like the braiding everything first method because then you are able to see your pattern and know how your hair is going to fall even before you do everything to it. So I definitely like that, and be able to manipulate, how everything's going to go. Because the first time that I did the installation, it was pretty much, just one braid at a time. Um, and, it would definitely get to the point where I'm like, there's a huge gap and I can't really fix it because I don't want to redo everything. So it definitely helps in that situation. Cons? I don't I don't know if I really have any cons other than, you know, the thickness, but the thickness is okay. I've learned how to combat that, especially because it's a lot harder to put up my hair this time than it was last time. But what I do is I just, put my head down. I have these huge rubber bands, not rubber bands, but hair ties, or this is actually a headband. Um, I found like a huge pack of hair ties that are like this big at my local beauty shop the first time I did it. So pretty much what I do is take one of these, um, put my head down, and then I'll grab everything in the back first and put that in a bun. And then I'll take whatever is left up front and kind of just wrap it around the bun that way. And it still works out fine. It's not a big deal. Plus, I'm only pretty much putting up my hair when I am exercising or I'm sleeping. So, yeah. But one thing I would definitely stress when you're doing this is to do the perimeter first. Just so you know, if anything happens, if you need to stop for the day or you need to go out somewhere, all you have to do is be able to put your hair in a bun and kind of hide all the braids that you have. And here's a picture of when I had to go do that. I actually had to go out the house twice. So, um, definitely doing the perimeter and making sure that you have enough to put up and that it still looks like it's complete helped me a lot. So here's a picture of that. So, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of everything that I wanted to touch on. Just remember that if you're attempting this for, the first time or, anything like that, it can be frustrating, especially when it's not turning out the way that you see other YouTubers doing it. But my suggestion is to just play with it and find something that's going to work for you, and as soon as you find that method that works best for you, it will go like that. And, everything's just going to click. Um, and you'll be super satisfied with everything. But it's just, sometimes it can be a struggle. And, definitely what I've learned from doing my own hair as well is, to be careful because there's been so many times where in my installations, I've, I've braided too tight or twisted too tight. Like this time, I accidentally, like the top parts, I wrapped them super, super close to my scalp. Um, and I've noticed that some of my hair is, I guess, pulling out of its root from that. So a lot of times when I straighten my hair, the top of my hair will just look like it's a freaking fireworks display because there's so many broken pieces of hair just sticking out everywhere. So just definitely be careful, and you know your own body. So if you feel like it's too tight, it's definitely too tight. Um, so maybe, ease up a little bit on it. That's definitely one thing that I've learned. Um, so yeah. So yeah, thanks so much for checking out my new video. Click like and subscribe if you would like. Also follow me on my Instagram. That's definitely where I, document all of my different hairstyles and things like that. So thanks so much for watching. Have a good one.